الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. In continuity of our lectures on the Quranic philosophy of unity in diversity, topic of our discussion today is searching the truth. Searching the truth. Allah has created each and every particle of the matter of which the universe and the man is made of. And it is He, Allah, who has set the invisible divine order. Invisible divine order sustaining pervasively whatsoever He has created. Whatsoever He has created. The Qur'an manifests, shows this truth. It reveals the signs of the truth and invites a man to know it. To know the divinity of Allah and seek His affinity. For that, the man has been given wonderful abilities to do it, but he has been accorded with free will as well to avail the opportunity promised with higher rewards in the life of hereafter or refrain from it. He has two choices: to pursue the will of Allah or refrain from it. The man has also been informed of the evident consequences of his decision on this account. For that, the Qur'an motivates the man to strengthen his faith, enhancing his knowledge from all possible sources to reach the truth, the divinity, the divine order permeated in each and every particle of the creation, so that he could know his Creator well, and with all sincerity and dedication may long for his affinity, may desire for his affinity. Thus the faith and knowledge are two basic prerequisites in the pursuit of the truth. Let us now discuss the ways the Qur'an motivates the man to seek the truth by employing the faith and knowledge. So, dear friends, while concluding the last lecture, 179, we discussed some verses of the Qur'an showing significance of the faith and knowledge to understand the divinity working behind each and every particle of the universe and the life. I may suggest revisiting them to refresh your memory. Faith and knowledge synergize each other's value to reach consciousness of the truth, the inner core of reality of the matter, the divinity behind creation and sustainability of the universe and life. Ayat 53 of Surah Fussilat best explains how knowledge of the universe and man's own self help reaching the truth. The ayat says, focus on the words and the message. We will show them to the people. We will show them our signs. Allah says, our signs in the horizons, in the universe, and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth. The Qur'an is the truth. But isn't sufficient concerning your Lord that He is over all things a witness. But if knowledge is devoid of, is empty of, but if knowledge is devoid of faith in the oneness of Allah, His pervasive authority and indispensability of the day of judgment, followed by permanent life of hereafter, the man's vision remains captivated within narrow valleys of materiality, which never lets him see over the heights of wisdom through reasoning, intellect, spiritual meditation, and divine verses of the Qur'an. This unfortunate apathy of the materialist mind is precisely explained in Ayat 7 of Surah Ar-Rum as, focus the words, they only know the outer surface of this present life. Who are they? Having the materialist mind. They only know the outer surface of this present life and are heedless of the life to come. They ignore the life to come. So, dear friends, what is the faith? Important. What is the faith? The Qur'an describes it in 6 segments, the articles of faith. These are belief in the oneness of Allah, His commanding absolute authority over creation and sustenance of each and every particle of the universe. 2. Belief in Qadar or unseen. Number 3. Belief in the angels. Belief in the angels. 4. Belief in the prophets with Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last prophet. 5. Belief in the divine books, where the Qur'an is the last divine book. 6. Belief in the hereafter. Firm belief, strong belief in the articles of faith leads a man to submit before the will of Allah and pursue for well-being of the humanity, which ensures success in this world as well as in the hereafter. The true spirit of faith may be accomplished by passing through 4 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are affirmation of 6 articles, their demonstration through prescribed ibadat and good deeds, adaptation of life to the will of Allah, and advancement of the cause of Allah based on the divine guidance. Divine guidance means the Holy Qur'an, in our case. In fact, it is the training course. It is the training course to groom the human personality on the pattern of Allah's nature, on which he has been created as desired in Ayat 30 of Surah Ar-Rum, which says, adhere to the nature of Allah, upon which He has created all people. I repeat it. Adhere to the nature of Allah, upon which He has created all people, every people, whatsoever religion, whatsoever cultural background he has, whosoever is created man by Allah, he is created on the nature of Allah. It means that man's nature should be reflection of the divine nature. It advises the man to pursue the laws of nature, to play his role of Allah's vicegerent on the earth within the divine order set by Allah. It necessitates him to expand his knowledge beyond the confinements of observation and materiality of things to look for the divinity working behind the material universe. You may consult the verses displayed on the screen. Dear friends, well-groomed faith, well-trained faith opens the materialist mind to realize the truth of the Qur'an and give serious thought to the unity of Allah and His divine order working behind each and every particle of the universe. Stronger is the faith, higher are the vistas of knowledge and insight the man can reach to look into the divinity spirited in the creation and sustenance of life and the universe. Faith, in fact, is the elixir to remove the mental ailment of materialism science is plagued with. Once the faith enlightens the heart and mind, the man begins to appreciate wisdom of the Spirit and the Qur'an, which urge him, which compels him to know the divinity that moves the matter. Thus, it helps him diversify the sources of knowledge, opt for holistic approach in finding the truth, and discard the inert prejudices based on materialist mindset and socio-cultural rigidities. Let us study a few verses of the Quran that highlight necessity of the faith for approaching the truth behind workings of the universe. Ayat 6 of Surah Yunus says, I am reading the translation. Indeed, in the alternation of the night and the day, and in what Allah has created in the heavens and in the earth, are signs for a people who fear Allah. Fear Allah is the reflection of faith. Ayat 13 of Surah An-Nahl says, and He has subjected whatever He multiplied for you on the earth of varying colors. Colors means types, animals, plants, and other so many things which are created, which have been created by Allah. Indeed, in that is a sign for a people who remember His Allah, remember His Creator. Ayat 44 of Surah Al-Ankabut says, Allah created the heavens and the earth in truth. Indeed, in that is a sign for the believers who are having faith in Allah and His oneness and His pervasive authority. Ayat 8 of Surah Kaf says, giving insight and a reminder for every servant who turns to Allah, who believes in Allah. Some more Quranic references are shown on the screen in this context, may please be noted. So, dear friends, once a man is accomplished, trained with strong faith, the Quran keeps him reminding his status of Allah's vicegerent, empowered with the faculty of superior knowledge. That knowledge of Allah's attributes make the man acquainted with the divine nature of Allah, enables him know the laws of nature to appreciate the business of the universe, and instills in him the sense of responsibility to the great trust of vicegerency and matching vision to accomplish it successfully, effectively. Allah is the great creator, inventor, and designer. This sequence of Allah's attributes revealed in Ayat 24 of Surah Al-Hashr is meaningful. It indicates the evolutionary nature of Allah's act of creation. It reveals growing nature of the universe. Note the words of the ayat. I recited. Huwallahul khaliqul bariul musawwir lahul asma'ul husna yusabbahu lahu ma fis samawati wal arz wa huwal azizul hakim. Let me translate it. He is Allah, the creator, the inventor, the fashioner. To him belong the best names. Whatever is in the heavens and earth is exalting him, admiring him, and he is the exalted in might, the wise. Adoption of Allah's attributes by the man makes him conscious of the laws of nature and imbibes in his character the creative and innovative attributes. Indeed, his nature is groomed with the creative energy of Allah. Kulla yawmin huwa fi sha'an. Since he is creator and innovator and always add to the wonder of the creation, likewise the man is expected to follow the nature of Allah, the creative energy of Allah. Besides his inclination to the laws of nature and divine attributes because of his nature, Allah has blessed the man with 4 important sources of knowledge to bring the mankind out of ignorance into the light or consciousness. These are the Qur'an. Number 1, the spiritual guidance of the soul, the intellect or mind, and the 5 senses. Observation. Thus Allah has blessed the man with his own nature and spirit to keep him tuned with the character of Allah and the laws of nature. The Qur'an bridges these sources of knowledge to enhance scope of the man's consciousness and verifies their authenticity of the other branches of knowledge, faculties of knowledge. These sources of knowledge collectively broaden vision of the man to approach the divine order, the divinity working behind the universe and life with greater scope and intensity, and let him free of the inert prejudices based on materialist mindset and socio-cultural rigidities. It will cure the materialist mind. It will cure the materialist mind historically plagued with the limitations of his material observation and intellect that keeps the humanity deprived of much more potent and revealing part of the truth. Let us study a few verses of the Qur'an that highlight significance of various sources of knowledge for approaching the divinity behind working of the universe. Ayat 30 of Surah Ar-Rum reveals affinity of the man's nature with Allah's nature that makes it easy for the man to understand the laws of nature and divinity working behind the universe. The ayat says, in fact, I am repeating it, adhere to the nature of Allah upon which He has created all people. Ayat 9 of Surah As-Sajda reveals that the man was accorded with the spirit, soul, and faculties of observation and intellect so that he could know Allah and His divinity moving the universe, driving the universe. It says, then He proportioned him, the man. Allah proportioned the man and breathed into him from His spirit and made for you hearing. Hearing represent the senses and vision. Vision represents the intellect and hearts. What is heart? It is the abode, it's the mansion of your spirit, your soul. Little are you grateful. Ayat 8 of Surah Ar-Rum advises the man to meditate within his self to reach the truth. It says, do they not contemplate within themselves? Do they not contemplate within themselves? Ayat 5 of Surah Tariq invites a man to observe his own creation, to know mastery of its great creator. The ayat says, so let man observe from what he was created. It is the wonder, mystery of the divine order, mystery of the nature. Ayat 52 of Surah Ibrahim links the guidance of Qur'an with the knowledge of man. It says, this Qur'an is notification for the people that they may be warned thereby and that they may know that He is but one God and that those of understanding will be reminded. Condition is they must be men of understanding. Ayat 12 of Surah An-Nahl says, and He has subjected for you the night and the day, and sun and the moon, and stars are subjected by His command. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who reason, faculty of reason. Ayat 43 of Surah Al-Ankabut says, and these examples we present to the people, but none will understand them except those of knowledge. Ayat 44 of Surah An-Nur says, Allah alternates the night and the day. Indeed, in that is a lesson for those who have vision, who have intellect. Ayat 20 of Surah Luqman refers to usual habit of the man for disputing on the blessings of Allah due to lack of his knowledge. For that it invites the Qur'an, this ayat invites him to seek guidance from the enlightened book, the Qur'an, to know that Allah has subordinated all the resources of the universe to him so that he could explore the wonders of the divine order to appreciate Allah's great might and may employ these resources for the service of the mankind, for the service of the humanity. Note the words of the ayat. I am reciting the translation. Do you not see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and amply, adequately bestowed upon you his favors, both apparent and unapparent, but of the people is he who disputes about Allah without knowledge or guidance or an enlightening book from him. So, dear friends, in view of time constraint, it is difficult to discuss all the related verses, thus, their list is displayed on the screen for the convenience of participants intending more detailed study. With this, we conclude our discussion here. These programs are recorded both in Urdu and English. Their videos can be watched on the ideafoundation.com.pk website or its YouTube channel and Facebook. Their written versions are also available on the Idea Foundation's website. Please note code number of this program Idea 2 R16 or lecture number 181 www.ideafoundation.com.pk. All friends are requested to subscribe the Foundation's YouTube web channel for the benefit of this noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.